For centuries, one of the most celebrated and prized skills a person could develop was the ability to influence. So much has been written on the subject that it is now very well understood. And what I'm going to share with you, while some of it may seem obvious and some completely out of the box, I can assure you it has all been thoroughly tested and has its basis in solid and scientific research. Today, it's virtually impossible to beat a casino, as there are so many things set up to stop people from applying strategies that work in their favour. From counting cards to studied patterns, the casinos are always one step ahead of the savvy gambler. However, when it comes to learning, and more importantly, applying the power to influence throughout my own growth within the personal development industry, I realised the one place it would make the most positive impact financially, but was yet to be discovered, was the stripping industry. Applying these techniques you're about to learn is similar to card counting in a casino. It stacks the odds in your favour, may seem totally unfair to people who don't have the skill sets, and yet allows you to take home far more winnings. Have you ever thought about what makes a customer say yes and another say no? Especially when the difference can be so subtle, an ordinary eye can miss it. Well, while there are many different techniques to influence someone with, in the interest of keeping it simple and to avoid the emotional overwhelm, I'm going to share with you the most powerful yet simple way to influence and the fastest way to get a client to say yes. This influential principle will have your audience in mindless compliance while feeling obliged to accept any request without thinking first. I feel the need to say that this powerful skill can be used for both good and bad, so please ensure that you use this with every integrity. The technique I'm going to invite you to master is called the law of reciprocity. And it basically goes like this. When you give someone something first, and without it being a direct trade, people feel obliged to give something back through gift, behaviour or service. If a friend invites you to join her in the VIP section with a customer, you feel obliged to invite the same friend back into your VIP at the next available time or opportunity. She may not have intentionally hunted you down and invited you to join. You may have just been in the right place at the right time, but nonetheless, due to the law of reciprocity, you now feel unconsciously obliged to return the favour. Have you ever taken a free sample from the supermarket, like those small pieces of cheese on a cocktail stick, then found yourself committed to speaking to the representative even knowing you had no intention of purchasing the cheese? No? Must just be me then. Even though I understand the psychology behind this, I find myself being engaged by the law of reciprocity all the time. The best example is during your visit to a restaurant. Think about when the waitress hands you your bill. Usually this is at the same time you are handed a gift. Yes, a gift. Perhaps a chocolate, liqueur, or even a simple mint. If I asked you how much impact that mint makes to the tip that you leave the waitress, you would likely say none. Are you ready for this? Studies have shown that one single mint, just one, increased tips by around 3%. But if you left 2 mints, your tip doesn't just double, but quadruples to 14% increase in tips when 2 mints are left. Just 2 mints. But get this, just to blow your mind, if a waitress walks away from the table after leaving just 1 mint, turns back and says to you nice people, you can have 2 mints, tips go through the roof, an increase of 23%, not by what was given, but how it was given. How does this relate to our industry? Let me share my research. My friend and I were sitting outside while she smoked. A customer approached us and politely asked to buy a cigarette. Instantly, I spotted he was more of a Ferrari than a Fiat. My friend truthfully replied with, "Sorry, but I only have 4 to last me the night and I'm unable to go to the shop as I'm working." Understanding the reciprocity principle myself, but with little chance to explain, I instantly took a cigarette from her packet and gave it to the customer with a smile. He tried to offer the money, but I rejected it, explaining it was no problem and suggested he can always buy us a drink later. I looked at my friend scowling at me and gave her a reassuring wink. Little did we know how well the reciprocity principle was about to work. Before he had even finished the free cigarette, he asked us if we'd both like to dance for him. Ding, ding, ding. It worked okay, so brain, think quick. Up the gift from 1 mint to 2. A gentleman of your calibre would feel much more comfortable in the VIP, wouldn't you agree? I stated as I handed him a chewing gum. Sold. He took both of us for an hour in the VIP before his friend found him and dragged him away. Cost of 1 cigarette, 35p. Cost of 1 chewing gum, 5p. Reciprocity sale, priceless. My friend thanked me later. There are many examples I could give and techniques to share, but the best way to sum this up is a phrase I would like you to tattoo on the inside of your eyelids. Give up the intention to get and replace it with the intention to give, and you will be amazed at how then you get what you gave up. Seriously, girls, try this from a place of being genuine and looking to add value, not horse trade, and you'll be amazed at how easy it is and how you'll be ahead of the curve. Hi, thank you for watching. If you liked that, please subscribe to my channel, add any comments or questions that you have below, and I would be more than happy to answer them for you. I also have a free and exclusive gift especially for you. If you want to get your hands on that, if you haven't already, please just click the link below and you can get that now. It's my top 10 must-knows essential for new and experienced girls on how they can become money magnets in the club tonight.